Chapter 1, Part 13. The SOC Digimon, clad in rags, sees Lugamon and Eiji Nagasumi off from the roof of a building in Wall Slum, as they are headed for the mapping job. I wasn't told they'd be mind-linked. He suddenly speaks to somebody who isn't there. He hadn't been told. I didn't know they were going to suddenly show up with a limit unlock. A reply comes back in the voice chat. I wonder if that dog... Lugamon noticed. I wonder if it noticed that I'm mind-linked too. Who knows? The voice of the person on the other end of the line is that of the SOC interviewer. The demon wolf of the castle of the 9 wolves. Won't mapping 9th Avenue be a piece of cake for them? The ragged cloth Digimon expresses its concern. You're right that it won't be a semi-A difficulty test for them. I'll make a few adjustments to the test. The interviewer is obviously up to something. Once on the ground, Lugamon heads further underground. He assures Eiji that it's a shortcut. A platform. Chuck, 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 chuck. What stops in front of a bewildered Eiji is a Wall Slum train. The rapidly changing scenery leaves Eiji, who is holding on to the strap, in a daze. The slum circle line subway, the interior of the train looks like something he's seen before. It's similar to the Tokyo metro system that he usually uses. The only difference is that the passengers on the train are not humans, but Digimon. The information is displayed in characters he has never seen before. The advertisements inside the train and the station are completely unreadable. What is this? Digimon language? It's forbidden to cause trouble on this subway. Lugamon speaks matter-of-factly. So, no fighting? This is a public space. You should mind your manners. Lugamon lies down, taking up the space of about 3 seats. The Digimon around them look annoyed, but it's not a breach of manners. Not that Eiji knows what Digimon manners are. The subway passes through a station every couple of minutes. Eiji is fidgety and restless, partly because he can't read the characters on the information signs, which are apparently all in Digimon language. I was thinking about the mind link, he says to Lugamon. I wonder if my relationship with your Digicore is like a human riding a Digimon. Kind of like the Choo-Choo-mon was riding Damemon. Don't compare me to that piece of poo. So, it's not like that. Not at all. What's going on with your real body right now? What? Eiji's consciousness is now inside of the Lugamon's Digicore. If his body is not here, it must be leaning against the wall in his loft back home. Yes, your body is still sleeping. Unless you break the mind link, you will never regain consciousness. Huh. Well, that's fine, I guess. That's fine? By the way, what is it? Do you mind if I touch you? The Lugamon lying down on the seat is showing the soles of its feet. There are plump paws on them. No. Why do I have to do what you want? The Lugamon flashes its gums and bares its fangs. No good, huh? The dog I used to have wouldn't let me either. I'll kick you out of my Digicore if you keep feeding me this nonsense. And besides, I've heard enough stories about your dog already. He probably didn't think of you as his master. He was just taking advantage of you. Huh. At the next station, many passengers get on and off. When the Digimon who board the train see Eiji, they react with surprise. Hey, Lugamon. It feels like all of the Digimon are staring at me. Well, it's rare that we have humans down here. Oh, so it's like hololizing a Digimon on a real train. That would attract a lot of attention. Knowing that he's unlikely to be harmed, Eiji takes a closer look at the inside of the train. The Digimon in the passenger compartment seem to be somewhat clustered. The data of many of the Digimon here is corrupted, and they appear to be injured. Most of the inhabitants of Wall Slum are Digimon that were originally used by humans. Lugamon speaks matter-of-factly. Uh-huh. Cyborg type, mechanical types, and other types often used by codecrackers are conspicuous. They are Digimon that were used by humans and discarded for some reason or another. They screwed up at work, or were entrusted with the security of some company's servers, but were attacked and destroyed instead. Discarded Digimon. Eiji is astonished. Well, it is true that codecrackers have abandoned Digimon. Although not generally known to the public, governments, military, megatech companies, and other important servers and data centers are already using Digimon for security. Digimon are worn out on a daily basis. No matter how carefully they are treated, tools break. When they fail, they fail. Eiji knows that all too well. But those Digimon normally die and turn into Digitama. Those that survived by slurping up the scrap data that had spilled out onto the outer walls of the security wall, built houses, villages, and towns. Digimon abandoned by humans can survive as long as they can find their way here. The stray Digimon that gathered together and became the city, the slum, a slum known as Wall Slum. Humans are pretty tough, but Digimon are tough too. Eiji feels the very life force of the Digimon. The slum's trash is the least paradise for stray Digimon, and some of them may have gotten fed up with humans and drifted away on their own. Others got lost due to some kind of trouble in the digital world beyond the wall. Nowadays, it is not unusual to find Digimon that were born and raised in the slum. Shh. The subway goes above ground. The sound of wheels treading on rails splashes overhead. Under the truss bridge, the red, polluted surface of the river spread into the distance. There are Chumon popping up everywhere, mutant Daimon, and Digimon that have adapted and evolved to an environment polluted with garbage data. Are the Digimon here not getting along with each other? Chumon and Chumon are fighting over food. The fact that fighting is not allowed on the subway means that there is usually a lot of fighting going on around here. Basically, everyone is poor here. That's the reason for it. Those in the slum can't even consistently feed themselves, so fighting is a daily occurrence. In each neighborhood, there's a Digimon who is the boss. Only in the subway and in the center of the slum, on Avenue Zero, is there an unspoken non-combatant agreement. The center of the slum. The map that ragged cloth Digimon had shown me earlier had a blank area. Eiji looks out the window. There's a peak in the upstream direction of the river, in the center of Wall Slum, hazed by noise. I can't see much. What kind of place is that? There's a gateway, a wall gate that leads to the inside of the security wall, Lugamon answers. Inside the wall, the deep digital world? This Wall Slum must be a digital world, though. In a sense, it is the original form of the deep level produced by the wall. For you humans, it is an unknown digital world. The wall gate controls the flow of data into the digital world and prevents unauthorized entry. The train crosses the river and goes underground again. The train woes dark for a moment, sparks fly, and then the lights come back on. Eiji thinks a little. What this wall gate does is prevent codecrackers, us humans, from getting in? Yes. Not only humans, it's all the Digimon in the Wall Slum, including codecrackers, hackers, and other Digimon who have been taken advantage of by humans. Huh? All of the Digimon here? All the Digimon in this subway cannot return to the digital world. This Wall Slum has always been affected by real-world data via the network. Once a Digimon is contaminated by real-world data, it can never return to the digital world. They will never be able to pass through that gate. And who in the world decided that? The digital world system is all I can really say. To put it in human terms, our god, so to speak. Or something like one. For the Digimon of Wall Slum, the inside of the wall is, so to speak, their long-lost home. Lugamon, do you know what's on the other side of the wall? We're getting off here. Lugamon gets up from its seat. He does not know where he had come from, but he hears the announcement. Next stop, Ninth Avenue. Eiji turns his head. First, he has to fulfill Ryosenji's request to pass the SOC entrance exam. Mapping Ninth Avenue. I wonder what kind of place it is. I'll know when I get there. You seem to know a lot about Wall Slum, Lugamon. Have you lived here before? Lugamon had been stored in the Digimon linker from its first growth state. He hadn't bothered to ask what he had done elsewhere. He didn't even know that Digimon had a past. I don't remember. The sudden confession confuses Eiji. Huh? My memory is hazy from one moment to the next. I was a kid growing up in this wall slum, but I only remember when I was a kid growing up. I remember absolutely nothing after that. It says he knows about the digital world and wall slum, but he can't remember much about itself. What was it doing here? Amnesia? It doesn't seem all that complete, though. When I try to remember, it's like there's a haze around my digicore. Like a foggy memory. I remember Chumon and the others saying something of interest. They seem to know about you. Know a lot about you, even. I came to Wall Slum with you, and as I listened to their stories, I think I began to remember them little by little. So that's why I might know when I get there. I get the feeling there's something to Ninth Avenue. Something that's very important to me.